Hello! So I am back and it just got really quiet in my house, so I'm afraid my roommates are like, who is she talking to? My roommate, quiet! I'm making a video! There we go, now the world knows. But I have some good news that I thought that I would share with everybody, and I think this would be a good time to do kind of a requested video all in one. So this video, as you can probably, I will assume, tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about the types of Disney auditions that I have been to and what happened at each of them, I guess. But the reason that I am sitting down and actually taking the time to make this is every now and then Disney does what they call their electronic submissions or their electronic auditions. And so basically they post on DisneyAuditions.com that they are looking for friends of, for specific characters. And they ask that you, send in specific things that you obviously email to them. And then I guess you just, wait to hear back from them. I've never really heard much about the process of electronic submissions. I submitted about 2 years ago, and I heard back that, I wasn't right for what they were looking for at this time, or whatever it was. But I submitted about 2 weeks ago, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, they were looking for friends for Anna and Elsa and Tinkerbell, and I submitted my stuff, and I got an email back today that said that they are interested in investigating further. So they have asked me to attend one of the college program and full-time auditions that are coming up here this week and next week. And they've asked me to let them know which one I plan on attending, and they will make a note and I guess be looking for me at these auditions. So basically exactly 2 years from my CP audition, I will be back in Atlanta and I will be auditioning again for Disney World. So yeah, it's weird. I didn't think that would really be happening again. Odd. Which reminds me, after this, I will probably record another video. Some people have asked, they've been like, hey, you did a video about how you didn't really like your college program, it was really difficult, why, what made you consider perhaps going back? And valid question, and I think I have some valid answers. So I will make a completely separate video for that. But because I'm going back and auditioning again, with potential of being friends with Tinkerbell this time, which is exciting, I thought I would tell you the different types of auditions I've been to, because the more I think about it, I've been to some kind of weird ones. The first one I ever did was, I think the first one I ever did was that first electronic submission, and they just asked for a headshot and resume, and I sent it in, and then they said no. I was like, okay. Then my friend Melanie and I went to a Disney lookalike audition down in Orlando itself. I live about 4 hours away from Orlando. And that's typically lookalike auditions. First thing, all you do is stand in front of them. Obviously, you go, you sign in, and you get a number. Then you wait, and then they say numbers 1 through 50. Come in here, and you go in there. They line you up, and they play music so that it's not super awkward that they're staring at you, but it is. And of course, you're trying to be I don't know. This was a really long time ago that I did this. And then at the end of it, they say, can numbers 3, 7, 18, 22, and 50 stay? The rest of you, thank you very much. So basically, I drove 4 hours to stand there for maybe a minute. They looked at my row, maybe 30 seconds, and then I wasn't picked. So that's a lookalike audition. I'm sure it gets more interesting if you make it past the first cut, but I did not. So that was the first audition I went to. Second one was also with my friend Melanie, and we went to a Hong Kong Disneyland audition just for funsies. We pulled an all-nighter, drove down to Orlando, and the first audition, the lookalike one, was at the Animal Kingdom rehearsal facility, which is usually where their auditions are. This one was at their entertainment offices, so that was interesting to go somewhere different. This one, we all went in and they taught us a dance, told us to be really energetic. And the dance it was like a castle show kind of dance, and each, it's so funny to me. I totally forget that I did this audition, and like thinking back, it was so funny. Like, it was so much fun. Like, it was just like so bizarre. The guy was like, Aurora, now Aurora and Alice. And we all were like, okay, sure. So each section of the dance that he taught us had a little bit of each character in it. So I guess, but they only pulled a few people after, once again, they call your number. And they were only looking for friends of princesses, and that can't be me. So then the third one I did was the one that I've made previous videos on, was my college program audition. So you can refer back to the other videos if you care to see more in-depth information about that particular audition. And I'm pretty sure the one that I'm going to next week, that's really scary to say, like, oh, the Disney audition I'm going to, I like totally thought I was done with them. I really, really did. That I'm going to next weekend, I think will be kind of the same. Disney's emailed me a little bit telling me kind of what to bring and what to expect. It's nothing different. I told them, this was how I did my CP audition, so I kind of know what to expect, but because of the electronic submission, I don't know if I need to bring anything extra. So seems like it'll be just the same. So just the movement, they make a cut, they take your picture, fill out paperwork, then they do animation and the dance that I suck at. Like, I kid you not, guys. Like, when I say I sucked, you guys are like, no, she was probably good, and she's just saying that because she ended up getting the role. Disney has scores. There's like a movement score that you get, when you audition, and then throughout your time there, they have certain, I think it's like once a quarter or something, where you can not audition because you're already in, but you go and you can try to get your movement scores and your other scores put up, because then there are benefits once you do, you can get scheduled to, do stuff for parade if your movement score is high enough, all that. Yeah, my movement score wasn't high enough. It was really young. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm very aware of, like, my strengths and weaknesses. I'm very good at animation. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that saved my butt. And I can dance. I can't learn it when you teach me. And that routine went on and on and on and on. And I was like, I don't know. It literally, like, they literally were laughing at me. Because we auditioned in groups of 4, and then there were like 6 people that were watching. They literally laughed at me. We were done, and I was like, they were like giggling, and I looked up at them, and I was like, and they all looked at me and just went, and started laughing, and I was like, I know it. You can laugh. I don't care. Whatever. It's okay. So, typically, that's how most auditions are. Lookalike auditions, first step, all they do is look at you, and then they make a cut. So that's a little bit, part of it sucks, and part of it's kind of comforting, because I know I can't do anything about how I look. Either they want me or they don't. Sorry, can't really do anything about my face. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. And, had nothing to do with me, but it also did suck that I drove like 4 hours to stand there and be like, no. Lovely. So yeah, if any of you guys are planning on going to the CP auditions, let me know, especially if you're going to the one March 15th in Atlanta, because I will be there, and already a few of you guys have told me that you will be there, and I would love to have some friends there, because it's just so much more fun when you're like not like stressed, and you're like excited and talking about Disney, and not just like looking around and getting kind of nervous. So let me know, and we can have a party. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and record, I guess, the video about kind of my thought process with reapplying with the company. So if you guys want to see that, that will be uploaded a little bit later.